Okay, YouTubers, so I'm going to do this without knocking my bike over again. I thought we'd just do a quick thing. I thought I'd run through some of the accessories, and a new accessory that I got came yesterday all the way from India for New Delhi. So I thought I'd run through that, put the new item on, and see how we go from there, because I know some of you are interested, and I'm going to put a list of all the items that we bought and where they actually came from. So without further ado, let's look at, did it with that book, making the bike fall over, see what I've got. We have got the signature seat. So the idea of buying this was actually because my partner uses this bike sometimes. It's too wide, so it makes it difficult for her to flat foot this. So by putting this one on, we're going to sacrifice this and we're going to sculpt that a little bit. So I'm going to take it from the bottom, I'm going to cut it around here, sort of so I can retain the actual shape of the seat, but make it a little bit lower and take that sort of bulge out. So let's see what this looks like. We'll put this on and take it from there. One thing I will say, this arrived from India, it took about 6 days, which is pretty amazing really, isn't it? I don't know how they do that. Even in the UK we can't get a first class mail in about 4 days. So how the Indians can get this from there in 6, I'll never know. So I'm going to put that down there for a minute, and I'll bring the camera over so we can actually see how this is supposed to work. In fact, I think I'll do it without me because I've had a problem with my camera. So key goes into here, so that undoes that. And then we got the two sort of rubber bungs in there, which I'll show you. They come out, so it's just these really, those little things there that pop into the holes, which is pretty standard on motorbikes. Then we got this, that's supposed to pull, and then the seat comes off, he says. So that's the standard seat. We were trying to fathom out what these rubber bits were for. You think they'd be to hold like handbook or something, but there's no sort of earthly reason why they're on there. I don't know, keeping like something for the weekend in there or something. So that's that seat off, and we're going to put this one on, which should just be, make sure I get it the right way around, it's going to be that way, isn't it? So that should, there's no plugs to actually, yes there is. So that, there we are. What do you think? Looks like it changes it quite nicely, isn't it, a little bit? Let's put the side panel back on and see what we get. Oh. So that just pops into there. That just pops on. We don't need the key to finish that off. What do you reckon? Pretty cool. So it does change the profile. When you look at the profile of that seat, you know, it's quite a pronounced dip in there, and this one's much flatter. See what it's like when we sit on it. Let's give it a sit on, shall we? See if it's any more comfortable. Not the other one's uncomfortable. It's a firmer seat, that's for sure. But actually, you know, that's pretty good. I like that. I'll put a link up to where that actually came from. There's quite a few, most of these seem to be in New Delhi for the all the extras that we got. But that works really nice, I like that. Right, quick run through all of them. I shall pick the camera up and I'll show you what the other bits we've had done. So, a lot of people have commented on the panniers. So these panniers, again, these were from New Delhi. I shall put the supplier up on those. They're all tubular steel, obviously welded in certain parts, but they got the L-shaped bracket on the bottom, and that means you can put something a little bit heavier on there, I think, which makes life a little bit easier. It bolts to the main frame there where the rear peg is there, so there was no extra bolts that I can remember. I think all the bolts were actually already on the bike. And then you got the attachment, which is for the rear shock on there. I'll show you the back end of these. Then you've got the crossbar there. So that comes from all the way, that connects through to. There's no connection under here. So I don't know if you can see that. There's no connecting to that actual bar. It just joins from there to there. Straightforward nut in there. These are all supplied. The nuts go through there. And it just adds a little bit of stability. But I thought the quality was actually really good for what it was. And they were about £53 or best offer. And I think I put in £40 and got them for 50 quid posted, I think it was. And again, you know, about a week they turned up. And I will say that there were a few scratches on them. Nothing I was going to particularly worry about, not for that money. They're going to get scratched anyway. But I think as long as you try and keep them clean, they'll be okay. Now the little panniers, you can see, these panniers were actually, originally, you would connect them across the seat with this flap. So what I actually did, I didn't need to cut those, but I didn't need the connection over the seat. So I flapped them over. You got, I don't know if you can see that, you got the two uprights there of the actual pannier frame. Folded those over, heavy duty cable ties going for the existing holes, which you can see there, and then strapped them behind there. So that keeps them pretty steady there. And then I've got one more bottom. You can just see that there's a little ring there at the bottom of the pannier, and then put the other cable tie there. I can tighten up as I want. It just stops them flapping around. And obviously the same on the other side. But these have got those sort of nice positive plastic clips, and they're pretty big. You know, they've got plenty of room. I say you can get a 2 litre bottle of milk and a loaf of bread in there if you want. If anybody's seen my little YouTube short, you'll be able to see what I did to this when I actually fell out and the bike fell over. So I've just realised I managed to scratch that bit there, a little bit of the exhaust. That's nothing. It's not the end of the world. But I might just touch those up. I might touch those up, just get like a marker pen or a bit of black paint, I'll just touch those up. So all in all, they cost me about 60 quid. The actual panniers, I think, were £17. And I think that was free postage. Now they came from the UK. So that's really cheap. And as I said, if I get a couple of seasons out of those, I'll be well made up. What else have we got on here? We got the clear indicator on there. These, the chap I bought this off put those on. I don't know, I haven't known it with anything else. So I suppose, you know, I could put the orangey yellow indicators back on. I have got the originals, but they're fine. And we got those on the front as well. Do you think they're a little bit with a little bit of orange? I don't know. We got the screen, the little fly screen. That is an Enfield part. So when I bought this was already fitted. We got the bar end mirrors. These are Enfield parts as well. There's a scratch on it. I didn't even notice all that. Like, shocking treatment on my bike. But these are nice. They look quite big, but actually they give a really good rear view of the bike. So I would have fitted bar ends on my bike anyway, because I've got bar ends on all my bikes. So they're okay. We've got the bash plate. Now that is metal, it's not plastic, it's alley by the feel of it. It's pretty robust. I mean, I can't really bend that with my fingers. That's pretty good. Again, these just bolt on. These are probably about 50 quid, I think. But again, this was on the bike when I bought it, so I didn't have to take the pain for that. But if you add those bits together, I think those screens are probably about 50 quid. The bar end mirrors may be similar. So 100, 150. Not sure what the indicators are. 150, say 65, so 215. The seat, obviously, which I just got, that was 85 plus the postage, come to about £105. It's a genuine Enfield product, so you'll probably find that in India that's probably about 25 quid. So someone's making a good profit on it, but it looks like good quality to me. This is like it's not Alcantara, but it's almost sort of suede-y feeling, so that's quite nice. But it is firmer than the original, and that's all the accessories I've got on there. What do you think about that seat? Do you like that seat? Do you think it makes a big difference? I quite like it. I think it's pretty good. So that's the sort of roundup. It needs a damn good clean now, because it's getting a little bit embarrassing. It's so dirty. But I just thought you might like to see the accessories on this bike. Had nothing done to the exhaust, so the sound you get out of this is pretty standard. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that little roundup and my unveiling of the seat. And once I've sculpted out the original, then I'll show you how that sort of panned out, and if that worked, was successful, because it is quite broad, that seat, and it is broader than the other one, I think. And I think if we can take that line down, if you like, down there, these are only stapled on like most seats. They must have quite a powerful stapler to do that, but we'll get that done, and I'll show you. We've got Karen on the bike and see if it makes it a bit easier. Now we know it's easy, just take on and off. Right, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.